Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm going to be playing with these, and they are the hearts that I got from the Works. So they're for decoupaging, and they've got little holes in, so I think I'm going to do some stringing. I'm going to string some beads from them. So I'll use these top ones to put a loop on, and then I'll have some stringing, some beads stringing down, because I think that'll look nice. So I have 3 of them, so I'm going to decorate all 3, and I'm thinking of doing them all completely different. So we will see where it takes me. I hope you enjoy this video. book cover, and when I started using the watercolours I realised that I actually hadn't used my not my white gesso, sorry, my clear gesso, which I really should have done because it would have helped the watercolours move a lot better. But I still like it, I still like the effect. So this is the front. I've just used these paper flowers I got from the works, and then a couple of wooden bits from my stash and a few other bits. So I think it looks really pretty. And then on the back I've just done like a watercolour aged effect. On this one, again, all I've done is I've just added some flowers and some metal embellishments. This acrylic heart. So just a few bits from my stash. I think it looks really pretty. So I've done that one, and then this little tiny one as well. Oh, sorry about that. I've just had a honeybee. Let's see if I can get it into shot. Oh, it's gone. I've just had a honeybee jump on me. Hopefully it'll go outside. I do hope so. If not, I'll get my husband to help me put it outside. Anyway, sorry about that. So with this one again, just did this arrangement of flowers and added a couple of metal embellishments. So the last bit to do on these is just to add on a dangle. So for this one I really like this dragonfly, so I'm going to put this dragonfly on, and then in my stash I have these gorgeous beads in an aqua blue. So I thought I'd add a couple of them onto that one. And then for this one, I thought I would add some of these pink beads along with some of these white ones. I'm thinking of doing maybe a tassel effect, and then the same with this one, just a tassel effect. So I'm just going to add 3, 4, maybe 5 strands of these white beads. So I thought I'd come on and actually show you how I do them. So I'll show you one, and then we'll go, I'll show you 2. I might show you 3. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It depends on how noisy the house actually gets to whether or not I stay on. So I just need to go and get some jump rings, but I think what I might do is actually just make them. So I'll get my wire, and I will get my pliers, because I think what I might do is actually just make all of the links for these out of wire. I think it would be better. So let me just get a length off. So this wire is a 1mm wire, which is perfect for these. So I'm just going to cut myself a length off. Just normally I would use it off the roll because it reduces the amount of waste that you actually use. So I'm wanting to use the largest one because of where I'll just pierce that hole there. So where that hole is, it is quite large, so I'm actually thinking I might need something bigger than that. Let me have a look. What do I have? That pen will be big enough, right? So as you can see, you can use anything. So because I do need quite a large jump ring, and I'm going to need 3 large jump rings, so what I'll do is I'll wind this around enough to give me the 3 that I need. Plus the next one, because you just never know. Right, okay. Put it back on. Right, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip that off. So you see where this edge is, you just want to snip the next piece where that edge is, and there's your first jump ring. And you just want to do this all along, and then this gives you the jump rings that you need. And I did do enough for 4 just because, well, just to be on the safe side, because you never know if you're going to need that extra one. Okay. So, because I'm wanting to add some of these beads, I'm going to do it in like a chain effect, I think. I'll just, so I'm thinking 5 beads. So we'll do 5. So I'm going to make my own beaded chain with them. So I'm just going to put them there. And then all I want to do is, I'm just going to put one on, just for the sake of showing you on camera. It just makes things just that little bit easier. Because I am working with a long bit, so you could do this as well. So you just put one on, and then what you want to do is you want to get your round nose pliers or bail pliers if you do have them, and you just want to put yourself in a loop at the end, so just like that. You then want to, actually I'm going to cut this smaller just because it's getting in the way. Then you want your bead on, push it to the end. You then want to get your round nose pliers again, and you want to put your bend in. So it depends which way you're going to do it. I will leave a reference in the, a link to my earring making video. I go into depth on how to do the loops. But you want to then put yourself a loop in that end. And then once you've got it, pull it around so it's like that, and then you just want to cut where it joins. See if you can see that, just here. And so there you have it, and then all you have to do is just straighten up that loop, and there's your first link. The other way you can do it, so put your loop in, if you find it easier like I do. So put your loop in, then get your bead, put your bead on, pull it down, and then just cut about 1 centimetre, and then put in your loop that way. So both ways are fine. So it depends which way you prefer. Now before you close up your second one, so before you close up the second hoop, you want to just get the last bead that we did, and you just want to close it up. So you want to put it on and close it up, and then that is the start of your beaded chain. So we'll do that again. So we just do a loop. Sorry, I keep going off camera. I'm mindful of the honeybee that's in my room. It's just at the window right in front of me, so I'm just keeping an eye on it, because if I can get an opportunity to actually let it get out of the house, I will. I think we should look after our bees. Okay, so again I'm doing another bead and make it a loop. And then before I close this loop, I'm just going to pop on the chain that we've started, and then like that, so they will just hang. Actually I think I'm only going to do 3 beads, because I think 3 beads is actually enough. Right, I'm going to put these back on my strand so it can get hung back up. So I've got so many beads, they're all over. I have boxes of beads, I have strands of beads, I have drawers of beads, I have just a lot of beads. Yeah, I love my beads. And would you believe it, I haven't actually bought many beads for a while, so all is good. Right, because we are putting this onto here, I'm going to make a smaller jump ring. So I'm just going to use my bail making pliers. You can use your round nose pliers, just so that I've got some jump rings. And I think it's quite a good idea actually to be able to create your own jump rings, because then depending on what colour wire you have will depend on whether, like, well, depending on what colour wire you're working with. So I work with copper quite a lot, but I don't actually have any copper jump rings. I've got silver, I've got gold, I've got antique bronze, I've got black, but I don't have copper, so it's quite handy to actually learn how to do it. Right, so all I've done is I've just connected this with the jump ring, and then so I want it so that it's going to lay flat, and then I'm just going to connect it into that hole at the bottom of my heart, and then close that jump ring up, and hang on. There you have it. So you've got, so there's the top and then there's the bottom. So that's what you have. Isn't that lovely? And then the last thing that I'm going to do to this one is I have just some normal parcel twine. No, don't use your pliers. Is I'm just going to grab some of this string and I'm just going to put it through here and then tie myself a knot, and then it's ready to be hung wherever I want to hang it. So I'm just going to do, not hit that. So there you have it. There's one hanging, so you can't really see it very well because of the angle of the camera. There you go. Isn't that lovely? So there's the first one. So on to the second one. So what we're going to do is we're using these beads, and we're going to use some white ones. So this is going to be a little different. So if you give me a second, I just need to get some different wire out, if I can find where to put my wire. I've got my elastic, but that's no good. There we go. Okay. So for this one we're going to use this, which is tag tail, and all we're going to do is, so we're going to cut off the length. I'm going to use, let me have a look. So I'm going to get a 14-inch piece. I don't think we'll use all of that, but that's what I've measured so far. Get it in. I'm going to also grab my crimp beads. If I can actually find them. Okay, sorry about that. So I've got my crimp beads. I do have some black ones, so I think I'm going to use the black just because they'll hide a little better. I'll just close that up. And then what I'm going to do is take that off there. Is at the very end of this piece of cord, I'm just going to put one of these crimp beads up without dropping it. They are really, really small, so oh, there we go. So I'm just going to put that on. I'm then going to get my chain nose pliers. You can use your crimp and pliers, but I'm going to just use my chain nose ones, and you just want to squish that so that when you start putting your beads on, they're not going to fall off. And then all I'm going to do, so I'm thinking I might do 3 strands actually, so I'm going to get 3 of these pink pearls and put these on. Like that. So they'll just fall to the bottom. I'm then going to get these white 4mm glass beads, and I think I'm going to use 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to use 15 of these. So get the wire, and then all we're going to do is we're just going to thread all of these on. So I've got 3 of the 6mm pink pearls, and then I've got 15 of the 4mm white glass beads. On here. And then once we've done this one, we're just going to put this one to the side, and then we're going to do another 2, but reducing the amount of beads that we actually put on. So we've got a nice, oh, what's the word? Do you know, I forget everything. Right, okay. So that's our first dangle done. And put that to one side. So you want to cut yourself some more wire off. So you won't need more than, actually I'll be able to tell you. So if you're doing exactly the same as what I've done, I would say an 8-inch piece would be more than enough, and it would give you enough room to do whatever it is that you would like to do. So then I'm going to do the same again with this one, except we're just going to reduce the amount of beads that are on it. So like that. And I'm thinking we'll do 2 of the pink pearls like that, and then we'll do 13. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, and we'll do 13 of the white beads. I'm actually doing it in the wrong hand. I normally do it the other way. Never mind. So do this. And if you want to hide the crimp bead at the bottom where it's keeping our beads on, you can do. You can get something called crimp bead covers, and I will get some out of my stash and I'll show you how to use them. And so where you see that crimp bead, if you don't actually like that, then you can use a crimp bead cover which can hide it, and it just looks like a little metal bead. So we'll do that as well. Right, okay. So I've got myself another bit. So again, I'm just going to put a crimp bead on, and then we're going to smush it with our pliers. And then this time we're going to do 1 pearl like that, and we're going to do 11 of the 4mm beads. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll put them on. And then I'll go and grab my crimp bead covers, and I will show you what to do next. Right, so there they are. Right, I'll be back in a second. So I'm back, and now I've got my crimp bead covers here. So I do have them in black, so I'll take them out and I'll show you them. So this is what they look like. So once I've finished on here, I'll leave them out. So once we finish this, I will put them on and show you what they look like. So I'm just going to get, oh, I need that for the next one. Right, I'm going to get rid of this. So again, I'm just going to tie this on here just so I can put it away as soon as I finish, because if I don't do it now, they're going to end up falling all over the floor, and I really, really don't want to experience that again, because I've experienced that many, many times. Right, okay, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the jump ring that we made to go through that bottom hole, and I'm actually going to put it on and put it through that hole. So I'm going to go through the back because I can't really see through the front like this, and you need to make sure that this is really well shut, which it is. So there's that, and then I'm going to use this jump ring that we made before, and I'm going to just slip that. Oh no, actually I'm not. I'm going to leave that for a second. So I'll move this out the way. So all we're going to do is I'm going to go and get, so in my stash I have bead caps. So I have quite a few, and you can use any type of bead cap. So I think I might use that one. No, I'll use that one. Yeah, right. So I'm just going to use this bead cap, and you can use any bead cap. It is just so that it looks a bit prettier. So all we're going to do is we're just going to get all of our strands that we've made up, and we're going to put them all through this center hole like this, and then we're going to pull them all together. So this is what you'll have. Then what we want to do is I am going to cut this down so that it is all the same length, because it makes it so much easier. And then I'm going to get one of my crimp beads, and I'm just going to, if I can, there we go, put that on there. I'm going to bring it down to the bottom, and then I'm going to smush it. So like that. If it stops focusing on the background, there we go. So I've just smushed it there, and then I'm going to show you how to do the crimp cover, because I will put one on here. Oh, actually no, we're going to make a loop first. So now that you've got them all smushed together, what you're wanting to do is you then want to get yourself another, and this might be tricky, just so that you know. So you want to get yourself another crimp bead, and you want to put it on all of these. You might have to do them, if I can. I've just got that one is blocked. I'll try that again. So again, we're just putting all of these inside of this thing, of the crimp bead, like that, and then bring it down. Now it doesn't matter about the rest because they're going to be even more securely in, but you need to take one piece and you just need to put it back through to create a loop. If I can, and this is where it gets fiddly. If you can do all three through it, then do all three, but you don't have to, just so that you're aware, you don't actually have to. I mean, I'm going to try see if I can, because once you smush this crimp bead, they will be even more securely in, and they're not going to go. So all I've done is I've just put this little loop in here, just there, and then there's these two which I've left out. So I'm literally just going to smush this like that, and then just where these two, try to do it so that you can see. So let's see if you can see this. So focusing on the back up there. So as you can see, where it joins, where it like sort of hits just there, you just want to snip those two off, and then you just want to snip this piece off as well. So that is what you're left with. Now let's hide these ends. So you want your chain nose pliers, and what you want to do is you want to get one of these, one of your crimp. I'm going to move everything out the way because I think, because there's that much going on in the background, I think the camera is wanting to focus on everything but what I want to show you. So let's see if this works. Right, so where this crimp bead cover, get out of it. Right. Yeah. You just want to hook it around your crimp bead itself, like that, and then you just want to get, and this is where you've got to be sort of careful, but you just want to sort of push this together, and you want to do it slowly, otherwise you can, it's taken me quite a few years to get it right. I hope I'm using black. I will show you on the bottom ones, I think it'll be easier, but you just want to slowly close that up together, and then that is what you have. So I'll show you on this one. I find that if I hold it in my pliers like this, so if I hold it in my pliers like that, I then get the end where my crimp bead is like that. I find that if I do that and then squish, it's so much easier, and then you just slowly work it, and then that's what you end up with. So it looks like it's covered. So I'll do that to all of them. So I'll show you once more. So hold it in your pliers like this. If it'll, so hold it in your pliers like that, and then tuck that over, and then just squeeze, and then you've covered it. Okay, so I'll put this last one on, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, so I've done it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attach this. So we're just going to open our jump ring up, loop it on to the beads, and then just loop it along on this bottom bit and close that jump ring up, and then there you have it. There is your second dangle. I really like that. So again, I'm just going to get my string, and I'm going to cut myself a piece off, put it through this hole, and then it would help if I actually did it correctly. Oh, do you know, one of them days. Off, and there you have it, another heart with a dangle. I really like that. I think that looks lovely. So we have that one, and we have this one. So on to the very last one, and I am going to go off camera and do it because I'm just going to do very similar to the last one that we've done, and I will be back. Okay, so I have finished, and this is what we have got. So this, oh, this is the first one. So this was the largest one, so that's the dangle bit of it, and then you've got this. So the background was just of old book pages, and then I've had some flowers and a few bits. I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. And then we did this one, and again with the flowers, and then we've got this little dangle, and we used the bead cap for this one. Now this was the one that I went off camera to do, so I'm just going to show you it. So instead of using the bead cap, I've just put a loop in each of these bead strands, secured it with a crimp bead, and then when I put my jump ring through this, I've also put these on. But I will give you a tip. I have put a slight oval shape in mine so that this bit won't go at the bottom, because the strands can go through that and fall off. So a little tip for you there. But I love them all. I think they're all amazing, and they've all turned out really, really pretty. This one I think is my favourite. I'd love to hear which one your favourite is. yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do give a thumbs up, please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hopefully I will see you very soon in my next video. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.